For cheap D2R items, visit aoeah.com. You get 3% off with the code ARIAT. Check the link in the description. Hello and welcome everybody. Since the video about the $1 million Dean was a few days ago now, it is time for some high-class item porn again. I hope you got your Kleenex ready, because what I've put together here just overshadows the little paladin. So today I present to you the $6 million Barb. The grumpy looter and mercenary Yuri Boyka was tricked and got beaten up by a group of raiders who stole all his valuable items. The Mount Arreat intelligence agency decided to rebuild Boyka in an operation that has cost 6 million foreign gold. Using the new technology Bionic, rune words and unique items have been replaced by some ultra-rare 6-point items, just making him incredibly expensive. He is the $6 million Barb. You have heard it, my friends. This barbarian only has yellow items and serves no particular purpose. He's not meant to be imitated, but of course the build works. The skill setup can be focused on Whirlwind or Frenzy, more on that later. But don't worry, I'm also working on some more serious and playable builds yet. The guides will be coming soon. But let's begin. I'll put the crown jewels on the table right away. I've socketed two types of jewels in the equipment. The pink ones are 3069-9 jewels and the red ones are trivial 5014 EDIAS jewels. Those ones are no rare items, but we will need the attack speed. The weapon is an ethereal colossus blade with the prefixes Cruel, Fools and Masters, as well as suffixes for attack speed, max damage and self-repair. I'm using it as a two-handed sword here to make use of the over 1000 maximum damage. But of course the one-handed damage is also very nice. About 600 max damage overpowers a Grief or a BOTD sword. We socket a low rune in here for 20% deadly strike. In the weapon switch I have two identical Colossus blades without the Fool's mod, but with the Mechanist's mod for two open sockets. These are filled with IAS ED jewels, since we'll need the attack speed. Alternatively, swords with two sockets, Cruel and Fool's mod could be used, giving higher attack rating but less damage. But this way we can compare the impact of the Fool's mod's level-based attack rating in our different weapon slots. Next is the Barbarian helmet, which features the Visionary mod on the prefixes, two sockets and the Godly mod for up to 200% increased defense. Latter one is present on all my armor pieces, which are also ethereal and self-repairing of course. We also have a Sacred armor with two sockets, life and hit recovery. I don't think I need to mention that each of these items would be worth tens or even hundreds of thousands of foreign gold. But as you can guess, I just made everything in the editor for offline mode. If you find such items online, you've hit the jackpot. For the gloves, we want 20% IAS, along with strength and resistances. After all, it's supposed to be a 6-point item. For the armor pieces, we generally prefer item types with high defense values. Normal and exceptional variants can be upgraded if necessary. On the belt, faster hit recovery would be a useful suffix as well, but then we'd have to drop strength or life, and we'd end up with more hit recovery than needed. For the boots, we like to enjoy 30% movement speed, along with resistances and dexterity. To be honest, I've never seen such a pair in Battle.net yet, not in Diablo 2 nor in Resurrected, but theoretically they could exist. As for the jewelry, there are also some very expensive yellow items, such as an amulet with skills, attributes, resistances and life. Such amulets are also kinda old school. Talking about rings, dual leechers are popular, combined with strength or dexterity, resistances, life or attack rating. Faster cast rate is also a very valuable ring affix, but this build just doesn't require it. However, a ring with 10% cast rate, over 15 strength and a good life roll would already be extremely valuable. And that's only 3 affixes yet. In the inventory I've put max AR life charms and also 3 with FHR to reach the breakpoint at 48%. A quick note on the attack speed breakpoints. For Whirlwind, the Barb needs 75% IAS for maximum speed and for Frenzy 120%. That's why I just have built a second helmet which is identical, but socketed with 2 IAS ED jewels instead of 1. Let's take a quick look at the skill setup for Whirlwind. Whirlwind, Sword Mastery, Iron Skin and Battle Orders are maxed out. We add 1 point to Berserk and the rest goes into Shout. This gives us an incredibly high defense value of over 30,000. Even without block chance or damage reduction, the Barbarian is quite safe, because only few attacks will hit him. Additionally, he has more than 6,000 life points and nearly 10,000 maximum whirlwind damage. If I had focused on it, I could just have allocated more points into strength. With the Might Mercenary and the runeword Pride, the Barbarian even has 16,000 whirlwind damage and 19,000 with Berserk. Keep in mind that lots of strikes will deal double damage, thanks to Deadly Strike from the low rune and critical strike chance from the Blade Mastery. This made me curious, so I tried a pure Berserk skill setup. Like that, the Barbarian achieves 18,000 max damage and 24,000 with both auras. However, maximizing Berserk damage in the skill tree means fewer points for Iron Skin and Shout, resulting in a lower defense value. Finally, we can also skill for maximum frenzy damage, achieving about 9,000 with our 2 weapons and 13,000 with both auras. Without the full smot, our attack rating is only about half that high, but anything over 10,000 is still pretty good, of course. Even higher values are possible when purely focusing on max damage, so we could also socket ED max jewels everywhere, ignore life points and put all attribute points into strength, and we could fill the inventory with double rolled max damage charms. I estimate this could easily reach around 20k whirlwind damage, or perhaps even break 30,000 berserk damage, but that would no longer be practical. What's ultimately more relevant are the values achievable with a practical build, including breakpoints, attack rating, good resistances and plenty of life points. That brings us to the end of this video. I hope you had some fun, take care and may the loot be with you. So strong and dashing, courageous when bashing, faithful and friendly with stories to share. Bounce over stones and the trees in the forest, jumping along as their song fills the air. Gummy barbs, bouncing here and there and everywhere. High adventure that's beyond compare. They are the gummy barbs. War cries and mystery, shouting their history. Come share the secret of Barbary news. Their legend is growing, they take pride in knowing. Go make a barb and join our team. Gummy barbs, bouncing here and there and everywhere. High adventures that's beyond compare. They are the gummy barbs. They are the gummy barbs.
Come on. Follow me.